Hey there, Daryl Evans with Yoka Local Internet Marketing. I'm back today with another episode of Yoka Local Tips. And as always, at the end of this video, if you'd like to conversate with me, either leave a comment here on the site or come over and chat with me over on Twitter at Daryl_Evans. Today, let's dive into 8 really easy and affordable marketing strategies if you're on a limited budget. Let's dive right into the first one of my favorites, video marketing. FAQs. Let me tell you how to use FAQs. When your consumer is online looking for a product or service or searching out a need that they may have to resolve a problem, they have questions in their mind. We call them FAQs, frequently asked questions. One of the easiest things you can do in marketing today is to really write out a series of those questions. It might be 6, 8, 10, 20 questions. I would really challenge you to really reach out and find out every question that your customers ask you during the buying process, during the customer service process. What objections do they have? Write all those things out and do a short 1 or 2 minute video and post them up on YouTube. Number 2, social media. Now look, social media doesn't have any cost in terms of signing up on the platform. Of course, we've got Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. Obviously, there's Pinterest, Google+, you name it, Instagram. It goes on, and it's going to continue. The only time is your only cost. But of course, you got to know what you're doing. You got to know how to build an audience, how to engage, and you can't just be on social media, blasting your product and service all day saying buy, buy, buy. That's not what social media is all about. Social media is about building relationships. And if you can do that, you'll have fun and make some money with social media. Local networking groups. Look, most of us in business, if you're a small to medium-sized business, you've been exposed to networking groups. There's a gazillion of them out there. Great, great groups. We've all been to them. You still want to use those groups as leverage points to get them back to your online presence. Now, so we're always talking about online, but when you meet someone for the first time in a networking group, maybe it's a mixer, a function, an after-work event, they're likely to get your card and go right back online and look for you. So make sure you're leveraging your online presence when you're out at those local networking groups, because that's when things will start to pick up for you. On-page search engine optimization. This is super, super basic. SEO has been around for years and years. Of course, SEO is changing quite dramatically in the way Google reads the algorithm, the way Google's algorithm is ranking websites. We're not certainly trying to say you have to become an SEO guru, but you definitely need to know the basics of on-page search engine optimization. I mean, there's so many basic things you can do, and you can find more about some of those things. We've got some free guides on our website at yokalocal.com, but you got to understand the basics of on-page SEO, and we can obviously get into some higher levels of talking about that later on down the road. Google Places, if you're a local business. I mean, I'm sure you've seen the Google Maps section, Google Places, now it's Google Plus Local. This is critical because if your business is local, maybe you're a doctor, a lawyer, a CPA, maybe you're a home service provider like a landscaper, a painter, a roofer, an electrician, or AC company, you'll notice in search results that the map section, the A through G section, shows up higher up on the search pages if the search query indicates that it might be of local intent, meaning they're looking for a local business. So you want to make sure you're optimizing and making sure you've got a profile built out properly on Google Places. Next up, it kind of ties into that, is local directories. You'll also notice that if you seek search queries, or if your company will show up in search queries for local business type search queries, you should be looking to optimize your presence on Yelp. You should be making sure if you're doing business with the Yellow Page directories of various kinds. There's too many of them to list, but you also want to make sure these local directories are completed, they're filled out, they're optimized, you've uploaded pictures, photos, videos if possible, content, because those local directories don't just mistake those for being like Yellow Page listings, because in some cases, especially Yelp, it's its own mini social network. So don't take that lightly. Make sure your local directory listings are completed and powered up. You want to make sure that you take a look at your analytics. I see this so often, it really just pains my heart to run across so many business owners who do not have website analytics installed, or they're not reviewing what's happening on their website. And I use an example, if you've watched any of my other videos, it's like if you're the coach of the New England Patriots, or in Bill Belichick, or if you're Pete Carroll of the Seattle Seahawks, or John Fox of the Denver Broncos, you just wouldn't finish a game on Sunday and not review what happened on Monday, meaning the game film, before you bring your team back to practice, so you can figure out what you did right, what you did wrong, and how you're going to get better for the next week. And it just bothers me that not many business owners take the time to review their analytics. And so you must understand your analytics so you can constantly be making your website a better sales representative for your business. Next up is making sure you've got an established online review campaign. You know, so often, most of the small businesses, medium-sized businesses we work with, they've built their business through word of mouth. Many of them have they've maybe done some advertising, but they've got a great customer base. They're great service providers or product providers, and their customers tell them they do a great job. You're going to want to make sure you start encouraging those customers, those happy, loyal, raving fan customers, to use things like Yelp reviews, Google Plus reviews, and really any review online, whether it's on Yahoo or Bing. But you're going to want to encourage them to leave those reviews online. Now, you can't bait them by giving them money to do that. Don't do that. That'll get you in a world of trouble. But you want to make sure you start not just getting that thank you in your office, but get your customers to leave those online. That's going to build that online brand and reputation so you can sell more. So listen, I'm going to wrap this video up today. Thank you for tuning in. If you want more tips on how to increase your online visibility and sales, by all means, take us up on our free invitation to come over to yocalocal.com/tips. And if you've got any questions, you can be sure to come back and conversate with me over on Twitter at Daryl_Evans. We'll talk to you again on another episode of Yoco Local Tips. Take care.